in terms of what are the physical ramifications for the practice of shamatha, as long as we're alive, here's a safe statement, as long as we're alive, our minds are embodied minds. They are profoundly entangled with, interrelated with, not only the brain, but the entire nervous system, the entire body, and the body is related with the environment. And so if we're going to be training the mind, if we're going to be cultivating, refining the mind, there must be correlated shifts in the body in terms of one's nervous system, if we use Western terminology, or shifts in prana, if we use Asian terminology. And so as the mind becomes more supple, more light, more buoyant, and also filled with a greater sense of well-being, in fact, you do discover in the course of this type of practice, which I've been teaching now for 40 years, that the body is also shifting. Stress starts to decrease. A sense of malleability, pliability, pliancy, suppleness, buoyancy arises through this practice. I've been teaching it a lot, and often I hear people, when they're practicing this fairly intensely, like 6, 7, 8 hours a day, that, and I've heard this many times now, so it can't be simply an anomaly. People say, oh, you know, I had this backache, or I had this frozen shoulder, and then I haven't even been doing yoga, but I'm doing a lot of shamatha, and I find my frozen shoulder is now melted and it feels really good. Or I find I'm much more supple, or my body overall feels much better. And so it has clearly, not a sales pitch, it's an observed phenomenon, that shamatha has not only very clear psychological advantages, and it's extremely useful, especially if you'd like to probe into the nature of your mind and the deep issues pertaining to mind. This is, to the study of the mind, what a telescope is for studying celestial phenomena. You can't study these well unless you have a stable and clear way of focusing. The telescope provides you with that technologically, but no telescope can observe the mind. So in terms of exploration, knowing, shamatha is enormously helpful. And in terms of healing and balancing, it has wonderful effects, both psychologically and physiologically.